welcome back to another episode of Clarksville Hobby Depot tutorial on model building and gunpla building. As promised, today is going to be the day I show you how to use gundam markers. Not just that, it's going to be also showing you how to do panel lining. So, remember this guy? We built him our last time. It is the High New Gundam entry grade. Well, today I'm going to go through and actually do some slight editing touches. So, I'm first going to start doing panel line of the body with these markers for panel lines. I also will show you how to use panel line from Tamiya accent and give you some words about this and show you how to make a makeshift panel line with any kind of paints you can find either from Mr. Colors or Gundam Bandai themselves and how simply throw it down to do some fine detail works. So all this is about bringing out your kit more excess after you build it and have done some nice stickers to it. I'll make one little warning. I usually build and panel line as I go. For this, I have to take them apart to get to certain parts and do what I need to do. So, one good warning. When you start building your model kit, do stickers after you've done your full panel lines and exit work you want to do. Only time you have stickers on do any kind of work after this or decals if you do damage models, which will be its own other video how doing slight battle damage and tweaks and some nice little tips and tricks to do it. So let's get ready to take this guy apart and start doing some panel work. Alright. That will all get into later. Alright. And also to help out get us better zoom in pics when I did, I couldn't do with this camera right here. I have it informed to my mobile phone. You'll be edited to this reel later. So let me start my camera recording off. Alright, camera's on. Hence, secondary light near the camera to get better zoom in when I get it to it. So this table's completely lit up for today. Alrighty, let's take this guy apart. So there's actually a tool to take these kids apart. It's called a part separator that you need for certain things. Some kids, well, I actually had never bought it. I got used to using my X-Acto blade or a sculpting tool I have for clay modeling. But let's take them apart. Dink. Boom. Boom. The good news is when you build these guys, you actually know how to take them apart. So you can actually see your kit though. So actually know how to do your kit more. Ooh, these are actually stiff. I want to keep the leg. Oh, okay, there. I got it. Polycaps are easier. Legs, hip, thigh, torso, head. Alright, this guy. Me head. So, I want to say this right now. While we're on this, I'm going to show you something else that's great about these sanding sticks we have, which are everywhere around me. So, let me do this. That's low rank, low rank. I also, if you see these square ones, these are from God Hand. The shop is trying to acquire these and use. They have some maybe every now and then for shopping. They're the same thing as these. The gridding on them feels a little bit smoother. I have actually started intervening between the two. It helps out amazingly well. So, for everyone right here, there's a nub right here on that antennae wing. I usually shave these off when I build. I didn't do it for the build because it was like a straight from box. But today we're modifying, so I am shaving this. Where is my very low grid? I have right here, 120. This is very low. When you start doing this, unless you have a metal file somewhere to help you, you literally are just going to put it to bare backing and just start slowly moving back and forth. Don't go too far or going to cut too much. But as you can tell right here, I shaved it off and now it's up here black. I'm going to do this for the remaining little excess nubs. This ain't 100% required because the kit can look good without this, but this is now a personal thing for people. So ooh boy. Gee, if this, you also can get a pair of snips and cut down what you need. No, that won't work. That's too far. I'll just use me blade. Falling it down is a lot better, but you can tell why I'm trying to get to this. I'm having these weird awkward angle issues. Well, that's when this version comes in, because I can actually bend it. To the contour. That's 320. Rough 400. As you can see, I'm now able to do this a little more cleaner now. My other 400. 400, 600. So I'm time to myself. I actually am doing this to keep track of where I am in the sanding process. Yeah, this is panel line, but I might as well show you this trick while I'm at it. Yeah, it's kind of hard to say, but this is actually getting smoother as I do this. So that's why I'm not doing it that much. I'm just doing it to the point where a few strokes, go to the next piece, because by now it's just me smoothing out the backing so I don't have like a rough back. I done you, I done you, I done you, I done 800. It's thousands, okay. And ding, more smooth. Looks great where you turn around the ankles. Now let's get back to this guy, the head. I probably had to get the book to remember how I put this thing together. Where's my instruction manual? The reason why I didn't toss this out, I still need to remember how I... Oh, okay, that's how I got it together. This part it went on top of this part. Oh boy. There it goes. No, the shavings. Okay. So pretty much how you saw that is taken care of. I'm actually going to keep this little part separated in this. So, my brain just messed with me. Alright, let's start. Panel line. I have a good panel marker in one of these. So, gundam panel line markers are pretty nice and simple to get your hands on. They have a very fine tip, like you see right here. They allow you to get into the little nooks and cranny crevices. There is magazines from the mold should show, or in the kit itself, that let you to see how it looks. So let's start with just simply me going by what I see. Just go around it like so. As you see, I just went around the curves right here in the exits. Repeat again, the curves around the exits I just went around. Now, that is too much. We're going to flush it a bit. To do that, a Q-tip. That's all is needed. By the way, this is acrylic, so you can actually rub this with your bare hands, but your fingers might rub too much. So a Q-tip is like a controlled environment for you to use to get to it. As you can see, I have that flushed away that it's not too much, and it looks better. Because now you see that hyphen out of the markings, and actually it looks good. I'm going to do that for the Vulcan side of this head. As I said, this looks like too much, so now we go with the Q-tip, start flushing it away and popping it back. Now the lines are not that pronounced, but you can actually see the head units a little bit more nicer there. Now, I'm going to do this for the rest of it until I get to the other panel liner I need, so bear with me real quick as I do this. Sorry, I had to fix my camera, but yep. Alright. And I got the bottom half like I showed you. Okay, so I have these really tiny details that I could use a gundam marker. I'll show you the difference between these two. So going with the gundam marker right here on that little thing and the exhaust ports. I'm going to work this line up right here. Put a slit down here and a slit in here. Try not to wear your marker while you do this because that marker point is very fine and fragile. Okay, so we got this stuff. Pedal and accent from Tommy. So yeah, this is a ink variant. Sorry guys, it's a little ink variant. It is a liquid substance that comes out of these nice little droplet, and may have off some excess, but you just drop it in here. Now I'm going to drop it in there, drop it in there. Ooh, no. Okay, I'm putting this away. Reason why you guys hear me say no, no, no. Alright, I'm going to set this down and give it a while. So, by the way, if you're very curious why he doesn't use this stuff earlier, because it will be fast, because it uses a drop method. You let forces of nature go in here and get all the crevices. This stuff has an ingredient in it. It might be some form of alcohol or turpentine. It doesn't list an ingredient what's in the materials here. But on the back, it does say, caution, may cause plastic to become brittle. Do not apply to parts that must be pressed in. Be careful by using it. It may dissolve underlying paint. So there is a chemical in this that can cause your molecules to break. So you use this in slow measures. As you can see, if you remember that area, I used the gundam marker on this side. It kind of got rid of it. Now, on this side, wipe away. So, with this, I found the best object to use is actually a paper towel. You also notice I put in the exhaust holes, which you now see is fully dark and colored, and it actually looks a lot nicer. As my fingers, I must be kicked some of my fingers. Hold on. I'm trying to show you this while I'm not making a mess of myself. There's a part that's still wet. I can't see it, so I'm gonna let this air dry for a bit. Yeah. But erase the back part right here. And, I need to get my hold on. I'm gonna hold pincer hard. So that's how you see pretty nicely. We go back and work. It spilled accidentally. You notice that the panel marker got erased a bit, but the holes for the exhaust are now filled in looking nicely. There's going to be a picture for you guys to see better. So I'm letting this dry because I think that black panel is still wet a bit, and I actually didn't put much force, so though that did not get ruined by the snips. Okay, let's move to the eyes. So Gundam usually has yellow eyes, or depending on what series, they have a set of green glowing eyes. So there's a Gundam marker set that comes with a panel line marker like this. There's a little marker out there called Gundam Eye. So let that be known. These are still Gundam markers, but they're not panel lines. They're actually paint markers. One is a pointy tip. It's a chisel chip. This is my chisel chip. So this is almost like a clear green. It still works for Gundam Eye, but if you can find this chisel tip, which is Gundam marker 51 200, I think 200 in the both of these. Yep, so it says Gundam marker 51. I like using for Gundam Eye. It has a bit of silver mixed into the clear, so it actually makes a chrome effect, which I'll show you with the hidden eye and the camera visor. Because the new Gundam's camera visor and eyes are actually supposed to be a glowing. Also, you may have to prime check your Gundam marker by doing this every now and then. Might be getting old. To make sure it is kind of mixed up. But when you do this, yeah, it's kind of hard because you actually got a color that's pretty close to the Gundam's eye. But you should be able to see the difference when we reassemble this guy's head. I'm just putting this pretty far. Letting that dry. By the way, the back of this guy's head has a camera spot. I can put it in there, but gun markers are acrylic. Because they're acrylic, I can literally put this marker pen away. You can take a paintbrush, if you so desire, get on your brush and actually paint in. Because this is acrylic, you can wash this off. And like I said, I am not trying to spray more dark paint. Let that dry, and I don't have water on me. Not for acrylic. I have a concoction right here. I'm going to show you later in this video what I use it for. But I'm going to use it right now to clean this brush to be safe, because that's a good way to ruin your paintbrushes. And my paintbrushes are not name brand, they're off brand. I just get the simple paintbrushes from anywhere I can find it. So that's drying, and now we're looking at this guy. Okay, so let me look at the picture real quick. Alright, so we're gonna do something real quick. I want to do alright. I did my gun marker, and there, I'm going to show you the Q-tip. Ooh. There we go. You see the lines in it now a little more pronounced. Ah! Let's let that dry. Let's let that dry. Anything on this head I need to panel? Okay. Main thing I use this guy on is for these areas. These really finely, I cannot see into areas. So, I'm not trying to waste my previous paint. So I'm going to take this guy. You would shake him off like crazy and to get to it. Or, but I had another mixture somewhere I used before. You take some, that's out. So that black paint's out there. Oh shit. Here's water. I didn't have water. Oops. Ah, no. Oh, but if you ever spill pen line or something, you can actually simply wait for it to dry, rub off, or you apply water. But for this, I'm actually going to try to. There we go. I had this brush right here for one reason. The liquid you saw me put in earlier, I am now trying to super thin it out. I'm not using this brush. It's too big. I usually keep this thing self-contained as a little thing. I'm gonna get this little brush point, and you apply it. Look at this mix right. Which I probably don't, because I know how to make custom dip. It takes a lot of weird mix. I would usually have a thing. I'm gonna leave it like that. take my rag. Ding ding. Works like a makeshift version of this stuff. And it doesn't damage your model. So it's something you can use to make it a save transition for your model kit so you don't ruin what you're trying to build. Ooh. See, yeah, no, see how this is not really gliding, it's painting. That means I didn't put enough water in my mix. So, it's going to be off camera. Right here. Grab this right here. I want to show you the head once it's fully done up. Okay, so the tends have a bit of decal, but now you look at the head, you see panel markings that have been done on this guy to pop it out more. Alright. And that's not important. Okay, I had a bit near me. I freaked out. So for this, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to take a marker and go. Da 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 da. Gently row away. Alright, this is everything. Let's reassemble him. Got tight. And when you actually, hold on. My hands just something I don't like doing sometimes. My hands let go of myself. Wow, man. My hands are not good with itself. Okay. Here, and now we have a head that's fully detailed and pops out more. Eyes also a little fluorescent so you can catch them in the light. But yeah, that is principle of doing panel lining. What you guys see? We're gonna do this to the whole kit now. So, prepare for some Speed Force power. I should do this first. I'm going to show you guys how it looks like prior. That I just did with the No. Making sure I see. Here's more pronounced. be identical, I haven't started yet, are these legs. So take a look at how they look prior, and you're going to see the difference when they're done. I just want to explain this. This is a bottle of a Vallejo airbrush thinner, thing paints. That's not in here anymore. I found online a method to do it really cheap if you can't afford to get the actual airbrush thinner. I actually do recommend the actual airbrush thinner for one reason. You actually will have a concoction. I 100% know I have to keep doing a 50-50 mix ratio every time I get a new one. It's like I've got done this guy. As you tell it, you can. So, now about that falling can cause some issues. You see right here how the paint is engraved and there is a shouldn't right here. Alright, so two methods is I take my X-Acto blade or sandpaper and use slice to skip away the color. Two, let's see if this method works. It should. My concoction of water and alcohol. Did not use pure alcohol, by the way. Just a few drops to make it wet. Damping the right amount. Let's just brush it away. I said that we're testing this works. If so, haha. Not my alternate method. The method I've been using. Oh, it's kind of working. You can tell. Yeah, see? Hopefully, though, I still see some. Okay, yeah. So, I can do this. You can tell there has been some change, but not much. Okay. Now look at it. I'm doing a very light shave. I'm putting the blade very light on it so it doesn't really harm it. You hear that word restriction? It can almost be done, I think, with the dull side as well. Yeah. This is the blade side. Shaves off quicker. I'll only use this method with the blade if you're used to it, because then I go back through with this and actually verify the smoothness down. And actually, yeah. But for the sandpaper trick, you have to go from 1,000 grit and up, so you don't really shave off that, but just the layer of painting you got on it. This is the hip armor. Alright, so I use a bigger marker than my panel liner. This is going to dry. I'm showing you how to remove the excess there on the rim with the dull side of any object you use to cut with. So, let's have fun with this later. That is going to dry. Oh, that actually has underscale. That was a hole. There's a hole. It's hard to tell. So, similar method I did with the other thing, I just took the back side of this and just scraped it along the rim, and you see how the excess comes out. It is the safer, best way to do this so you don't really mess up your model or the paint job you're trying to adhere to it. Or the paint job you're trying to adhere to it. Nope, don't go that far. Looks like that's all I can. Legs. I know there's gonna be some crooked shots now because of this. Oh man. Backside. We all know what we're going to do. We are going to use the mix. But you can mix the same concoction with just plain water in this thing. Alright. My mix. How? You're dry. Let me try that mix concoction now. I can do that. Get this. We're going to go down here. We're going to spray this thing in here. Go out, sorry. I'm going to tip this thing dry. Rotate this thing dry too. I don't need excess on this tip. That's the major thing. Alright. Now get water. This water's already a little decadent with paint, but we're going to do that and just drop it in. Drop it in. Ooh. Wait. This way, make sure it's a pure water mix. My water is contaminated, so that won't work to show you. Sorry, guys. I found out the alcohol on my mixture mixed with with the acrylic causes a clumping reaction. I don't get it. It happens. I hope you guys can see it. Probably not. I did on the camera. I'm going to show it later. But now let's put this guy down into his peg, and voila! We have built. Last week we built. Today I show you gundam markers and panel lining. So let me switch over to the next cam. Alright everyone, so today I show you how to use gundam markers and panel lining along with some other panel lining techniques like the accident paint from Tamiya. So here's a guy now, fully armed and panel lined with all his colors. Needed to do to save the day. So this is the next intro to our mini oops. That's my bad. Mini introduces to our tutorial videos. So, let me know what you guys think of this stuff is useful. So I literally have everything here I used today, including my little concoction and this. This video will get posted up as soon as we can. And I want to thank you guys personally for watching the past video. I saw the last one was 18 views. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully what I said in the entry grade is useful. And pretty much my next video I want to do for you guys is going to move on to high grades. Well, high grade model, I do not know. I am going to go and try to talk to the boss about that. I want to be able to make sure I can get a kit to build up something for you guys. I actually want to be another new Gundam. So this way it can be like, and every new grade entry becomes also the tips and tricks of the scales. And you gradually see how we go from entry grade new Gundam to master grade Verkai new Gundam. That's how I wanted to be the end. And how these actually change very periodically. This is our intro to Gundam. So, by the way, there's one thing I did not show you how to use. It's part of the Gundam marker system. It is this guy, the Gundam marker airbrush set. I have yet to use this. I have never used this. I want to use it, but to use it, I'm looking for a special Gundam marker to use. It is a very shiny gold from the EX series of the Gundam markers. The EX makes very chrome. Someone in our group has shown it, and pretty much when he applied the chrome looks nearly near my airbrush right here in color tone. I want the gold because if the EX gold works, mixing this with this as a two-front system can help you save a lot of chrome gold kits like Hakushiki, Akushiki, or make your own throughout the years. So, thank you everyone for watching us. See you next time on Clarksville Hobby D Plus Tutorials. My name is Johan, and please have a wonderful night.